Okay. I'd be happy to see your faces, everybody. Okay, so let's start this webinar with a question, and I would like you to share your answers. Maybe you could say it out loud or you could put it in the chat. Why have you joined this webinar? What is your reason? What is your why for coming here today? What motivated you to come and join this webinar? Let me know in the chat, or you can say it out loud. Okay, I'm glad there's one answer. To upskill, excellent, very good reason. That's a good place to come from, and that will definitely keep you motivated when it comes to learning the English language. What about you, Steph? Why have you joined? Oh,
definitely to upskill my English language too.
Okay, excellent. Who wouldn't want that? Okay, excellent. Now that we have our why in mind, I want you to remember that as we learn today. I promise to keep it interesting, but you have to promise that you will interact with me when I'm asking questions, because if it's not interactive, it's going to be very, very boring, and that's not what we want. Okay, so it's a win-win situation. If you answer whatever I ask you on the screen, whatever we during the course of this webinar, whatever I ask you, it will help you remember things better for sure, and it will keep it lively and interactive for the rest of the people that are attending with you. All right, so the first thing that I want you to do is, as I mentioned in the mail, if you got my mailer, I wanted you to have your phones ready with you, and I wanted you to attend the webinar over a laptop or something. So if it's possible right now, you can pause if you have to and go out of this meeting and join back in case you need to. Suppose you've logged in from your phone. I want you to say these words which you see on the screen and record it. Record these words on your voice, on your recording devices which you have on your phone, voice recorder. Record yourself saying these words, and we will refer back to this towards the end of the webinar. Let me know once you are done. Give me a thumbs up, or let me know in the chat that you are done. You have to do this because I will ask you to play it at the end of the webinar. So please let me know once you are done. Okay, Pooja's done. Steffi, waiting for you.
Actually, I logged in from my phone, so.
So will you not be able to like log out and just use a voice recorder and come back in?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I just have to say what?
Words that are on the screen. Just say these words.
Oh, I didn't
record yourself. So maybe you'll have to take a
okay.
screenshot of this before you log out.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
One of my friends is asking for the link right now. Oh, wow. This was a very important activity, so it would have been good if everyone would be here right from at least from this slide onwards. Okay. Is this, I don't know who is iPhone. I'm just going to admit someone called iPhone. Hi, your name's iPhone. Can you help me with your name and I will rename you here? Hello. Hi. Your name is iPhone over here. That's what it shows. Could you tell me your name and I'll rename you?
It's Pareen, Archana.
Pareen. I didn't know you're an iPhone user.
I just got one last month.
Congratulations. Okay. So here's one activity that we started. I wanted everybody to record themselves saying these words which are on the screen. Can you quickly do that and come back? I'll give you 30 seconds. Take a screenshot of this. If you have to log out, use your phone, record and come back. Or you can just record it and send it to me on WhatsApp. That's fine too. All right. Steffi, done? Like, give me a thumbs up if you're done.
Done.
Okay, excellent. Pareen, are you done?
No, yeah, just a moment. There are a lot of people like around with their own phone. Let me just go to another room.
Okay, okay. Since it's about fluency in pronunciation, we're going to be talking a lot. So it'll be better if you're in a room which has no distractions. Hi, Sneha.
Hi.
Hi, good to have you in my webinar. Welcome to ELT with Archana Samson.
Yes.
Okay, we were doing one activity where everyone had to record themselves on a voice recorder on their phones saying these words. If it's possible, do it. Right now, Sneha, what do you, would it be possible for you to do it?
No, I've come in from a very basic phone.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, no problem. All right.
wish I had my device with me, but
Yeah, likewise. Okay, never mind. If we have at least a few of you who can play the recording for us towards the end of the webinar, that will be really good. Pareen, let me know if I can go ahead.
Yes, Archana, you can go ahead.
All right, let's do that. So what to look for in today's session? Sneha, could you read what's on the screen for us?
sure I can. Okay, so this session we are doing how to approach pronunciation, vowel chart 12 sounds, focus vowel sound O, ow, oo.
Oh, just don't ignore the phonetic script. Yeah.
Okay, focus consonant sound, focus consonant sound T, commonly mispronounced words. What is fluency? Tips on fluency, a bonus,
Yes.
an announcement.
Which one are you excited for, Sneha?
The big one, the bonus one.
The bonus. Okay. Let me know in the chat. What are you the most excited for? Everyone else. Okay. So why is pronunciation important? Can I have some answers? You could just say it out loud or you can put it in the chat. That would be great. Bonus. Okay, excellent. That's great. Okay. Why is pronunciation important according to you? Just unmute, say the answer, and we'll hear it. And we'll know why pronunciation is important for you. Any answers? Yes, Sneha.
Okay, so I do come from a Gujarati background, and I was corrected by one of my teachers who said hole and hall. So yes, so hole is a round thing where you go through a hole and you sit in a hall. So yeah, that was there, and I was corrected by my teacher when I was in the school, and I realized that I said two different things, hole and hall. So yeah.
That's very brave of you to admit it, Sneha. That's excellent. Yes, that's true. For Indians, there's no one kind of mistake that all of us make. You being a Gujarati, you have a set of mistakes which probably is influenced by your native tongue, your mother tongue.
Yes.
Likewise, because I'm a South Indian, I may have some influences from my native language into my English language, and to be aware about these things is very important because, like Sneha said, that the meanings of the words can change quite a bit if we do not pronounce them correctly. Okay. Yes. So pronunciation is important. Like Pooja also said in the chat, it helps us to be understood better, especially since now we are so much more connected with the world around, with the whole world is what I mean, not just India. So it's important for us to be able to communicate well when you're speaking to someone who's a native speaker of the English language. So in that case, it becomes very, very difficult for us to make ourselves understood if we have a heavy, thick accent or even incorrect pronunciation. Any more answers, please let me know in the chat because I'm going to be reading them. Here are some of my reasons that I have listed down for you why pronunciation is important. Yes, to upskill for sure. Like Pooja was telling us a little earlier, she's come here to use this as an upskill for herself. She wants to get better at whatever is it that she does, and language plays a vital role in that. Higher perceived value. Now, I used to work for a school, and I knew, I'm going to say this at the risk of sounding conceited and boastful, but here's the thing. I knew that my pronunciation was a little better than the teachers around me. And because of this, I was valued. I was considered for hosting events. I was given a lot of platform that other people, other teachers, other peers of mine did not have. I believe that came to me not just because I was a good English teacher, I could teach grammar very well, not just because of that, it's because I could speak very well. Okay, so people value you. They think that you are an asset to the team wherever you are, if you are good at your pronunciation. You get to network better because your perceived value is higher. Here's the thing, if you hear someone speak good English, if you hear someone speak English very well, you automatically think they must have had good exposure. They must have come from a good school. Have you thought about it like that ever? When you hear someone speak well, you think this person really knows what they're saying.
My voice is very clear to you.
Okay. Yes, no, maybe. Let me know in the chat. Okay. So in my opinion, if people are able to see that value in you, they would want to talk with you, not just you with them. Yes, we want to network with other people, but other people would also want to connect with you if you are good at your communication skills. And pronunciation is part of your communication skills. You get invitations to new opportunities. Like I was saying, you get more exposure, you get to host events, you get to be part of maybe groups that you want to be part of. Okay, so when you sound better, new opportunities do come to you. Okay, thank you for that response, Pooja. Okay, you sound fluent when your pronunciation is better, and you will ooze out with confidence, if I may say so. Yes, when your pronunciation is better, you will feel very confident communicating, whether it is public speaking or if it's just talking to someone face to face, you feel much, much confident when your pronunciation is really good. Okay, now, before I get into pronunciation, I would like to clarify one thing. Many people tend to feel offended when you say that Indian accent is not good. Okay, to each their own is what I would say. What I have always done is try to reduce my accent. Okay, yes, in the process I have been sort of mocked and teased, oh, you're trying to be an American, when in reality that was not it. All I was trying to do was speak English the way it is spoken. Okay, now if you are somebody that likes to stick with your heavy, thick Indian accent, you're allowed to do that. Okay, nobody can put you down for your pronunciation. Nobody can say, that your accent is terrible. Mind you, I'm not talking about just pronunciation of words where the meaning of the word changes. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about accent. I'm not going to touch upon that right now. Just making you aware of it, that yes, it's if you want to sound more like a native speaker, you want to work on your accent, you can go ahead and do that. It's your will. Okay, while you may have criticisms coming your way, just be mindful of that. Okay, today everything that I'm going to cover will have phonetic script of the British English only. Okay, because in India we tend to use British English in our school a lot in terms of the spelling and even pronunciation. So that's what we're going to follow. If you want, you can always go. I'm going to share some resources where, of course, the American pronunciation is also available. So if you're comfortable with that, go ahead and use that. Okay. All right. Can I have answers for what do you think are consonants and what do you think are vowels? It's unfair for Sneha to be answering these questions because she's an English teacher and she's a very good one at that. Okay. Can I have some answers, maybe in the chat, or you could unmute yourself and speak. That's fine too. Okay. Vowels are sounds. What about consonants? I like that answer actually. Vowels are sounds. It's good to think about these. Let me just quickly add. Someone's in the waiting room. Yes. Now I'd like to bring your attention to the fact that in school, we've been told A, E, I, O, U. These are your vowels, right? And everything else are consonants. While that is true in a way, how we need to look at consonants and vowels is that vowels, when you look for vowels, look for sounds and not just spellings. And here's an example to show you why I'm saying this. Now, look at this. Give me your answer in yes or no. You can put it in the chat. Is there a vowel in this word? The word that you see here on the screen? Is there a vowel here? Let me know in the chat.
Yes.
Like I said, Sneha, it's not fair that you're answering this with everyone else. Okay.
It was me.
Who's that? Steffi. Oh, wow. Excellent. I'm glad. Okay. What about this one? Give me your
Yes.
answer. Okay. Very good. What about this one? This is actually very obvious. It does have a vowel sound, but my question would be, does Y create a vowel sound in these words?
Yes.
What about this one?
No.
This one?
I think yes.
And this one?
Yes.
Okay, we'll check that. Hello, Miss Asha.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Could you, can any one of you turn on your video? I feel like I'm talking to like nobody. It's an empty room. Good to have you, Miss Asha, in the class, in the webinar today. Okay, so if you can turn on your videos, please go ahead and do that. These words over here, if you listen to it carefully, sky, I, try, angry, E, I, and E, these are vowel sounds. Whereas this is yellow, this is a pure Y sound. You, yell, yeah. Okay, these, you don't, Y over here do not make vowel sounds. Okay, so why am I telling you this? I want you to separate spellings from their sounds, because the same letter which is considered a consonant can actually make a vowel sound. Okay, so when we're looking for vowel sounds to clear our pronunciation, it's important for us to separate the two. And I'll tell you further a little later on why these two have to be separated. Okay, consonants can be classified according to the place and the manner of obstruction. Okay, whereas vowel sounds, they are unobstructed sounds. Okay, now this is a vowel chart. I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I've got a lot of content to cover. This is generally me. I'm greedy to give more out, and then yeah, I invariably end up with having very less time to finish the last few slides. So I'm going to try my best to finish this. Okay, this is a vowel chart. Okay, how many of you have seen this before? Know about this already? Raise your hand. Anybody? Okay, if you don't know, say no. Just say no in the chat. So I know that you're listening, you're here. No? Okay, excellent. Hi, Soleha. Good to have you in the session. Okay, I don't know what happens. My mouse just disappears sometimes, my cursor. Okay. Sorry, you were saying something? It's okay. I'm glad to have you in the session. Okay. All right. So this is a vowel chart, and there are 44 phonemic sounds, and we're only going to cover 12 of them, like I showed you at the start, what we're going to cover today. So we're only going to do 12 of them today because 1 hour is not enough to cover all the sounds. Now, the way that this chart is organized is the horizontal axis. It represents, can you see this diagram over here? It represents your mouth in this way, where when we place vowel sounds over here, if it is over here, it means it's at the front, in the front portion of the mouth. If it's over here, it's in the central portion, it's created in the central portion of the mouth. And if it's at the back, obviously it's a back vowel, it's created at the back of the mouth, okay? The vertical axis, that represents where your tongue is in relation to the upper palate of your mouth. If it is close, it is very close to your upper palate. Close mid, a little further down, open mid, further down, and open is farthest. Okay, everybody with me so far? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Okay, excellent. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. I'll try my best to answer them. Okay, excellent. We are getting a little, we have to get a little studious only for this one. Just like really lean in and pay attention. And I promise I'm going to try and make it as fun as possible for you. Okay. Now, these are called phonetic symbols. Each of these represent a sound. Okay. Don't be scared of them. I'm here to help you. Each of these things represent a vowel sound. Okay. Wherever you see the 2 dots, those are long vowel sounds. Okay. Now, what all of these sounds are, I'm going to show you that on the chart and where they are placed because of how it is produced through our mouths. Okay. Now, the first one is a very neutral, very relaxed, very central sound. I want to hear you say that. If you could unmute and say it, that would be really good. It's a it's as if, yes, if you were saying k and t, the sound between K and T, if you were to say them together, a short sound. That's what this is. Does anyone know what is this sound called? It has a special name. This is the only vowel sound that has a special name. Anybody? Sneha? Okay. This is called schwa. Oh, thank you for responding. Okay, this is called schwa, and this we're going to refer back to this during the fluency portion also. Very, very important for us to know what the sound is. It's as unimportant as it may sound, as insignificant as it may sound, it's very, very crucial for us to understand this particular sound. Okay, this is central. It's your mouth is it's not too, it's not closed as an E, it's okay. This one is I'm going to show you words for each of these sounds a little later, which is when I would like you to unmute yourself and say these words out loud. This one is the long E sound, long vowel sound E. I hope you're saying it wherever you are. Say E. E. It's important for us to say it so you know where it is produced. It's over here. E. This is on the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay. This is the ah sound. Ah. This is a short I sound. This is E. This is I. You have the E sound. Then you have the A sound. Say it wherever you are, say it, okay? A. I would love to hear you say it out loud. That would be great. This is, one second, let me just, yeah. Ooh, 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 a long ooh sound. This is O. O. This is, I'm sorry, I have to say the word out loud to be able to remember that sound. It's also, O. Also. We tend to say also, it's actually also. Okay? This is a. The difference between this and this is that this is a shorter sound, this is and this is a. Okay? Here you have this is shorter than the ooh. These are all called monophthongs. What does mono mean?
One single.
Because it's one single vowel sound. These are called monophthongs. Now, if you're wondering what am I doing with all of these sounds, don't worry, I'm here to help you. Trust me, it'll all make sense in a bit. Okay. Now we'll go back and forth between these two slides to understand where are these sounds. These sounds, where do you find them in words? Okay. Now, if you look at this was a long vowel sound. Feet. Fit. It. Food, not food. Food. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. This is foot. I'm sorry, one second. Yeah. We will come to this in a bit. There's some points I would like to mention for this particular word. Okay. Yeah. Let's look at this one. Like I said, it was a, fed. This was a, fat. A. This is, we'll come back to this. This is fox. Far. Remember, This one is, I know FOR is for, but later on, I will also, when we're doing fluency, that's when I will talk about this particular sound, where in spoken fluent English, you don't always have to say for. You are allowed to reduce it, put a schwa over there and make it sound f. Would you like to join me for tea? For tea, not for tea. Do you hear that? There's a difference. You mean the same thing. And if I told you, would you like to join me for tea? Do you understand what I'm saying? Pooja, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You still understand. So it's like a shortcut which is available for us to speak in the English language. You get to shorten your sounds and you still get to be understood. Okay. So the words in the English language sort of bump into each other. We'll see that in a bit, a little later. The sound, firm. Okay. Now that I've given you examples of these sounds, I will explain why exactly I did those sounds. There is a short, long E and the short I sound. Now, there are a group of people, depending on whatever your native language is, there are some people that interchange these sounds. Okay. And instead of saying E, they say I, and that changes the meaning of the word. And it makes your English, not so clear. So we're going to try and practice these words. This word is meat. Very easy. Meat. Say it wherever you are. Okay. Seat. Seat. E. Peak. Peak. Deep. Deep. Cheap. Sheep. Kid. Have you heard people say, I see that kid over there. I see that kid over there. I don't mean to demean any groups of people. Like I said, every group, every ethnic group, including me, we all have influences from our own personal, from our own native language, and that tends to interfere with our pronunciation. So as a rule of thumb, I never make fun of people if they are, making these substitutions. It's because they're unaware. Okay, I got made fun of, and I try and not do that to other people. Okay, so Having said that, this is in no way meant to offend anybody. It's just for you to understand this better. So you'll hear, I've heard people who specifically speak Marathi as their mother tongue. I hear them say kid. Okay, let's look at some more short E. Seat over here. Okay, seat. Have you heard that, guys? Yes, no, let me know. Heard that? Deep. Where is the deep for the chicken nuggets? Deep. So that dip, if you call it deep, do you see how the meaning changes? The sounds have to be what they are meant to be in the English language. Okay, because we are speaking that language. It's not like we're speaking a Marathi or any other language. It's when you speak Hindi, you are supposed to follow the rules for the Hindi language, right? Likewise for English, it's as clear as that. So if you are somebody who makes these substitutions, who instead of saying E, you say it, it's possible, it's totally possible for you to get over that, that challenge with practice. Say E, then say it. Make the difference, make your mouth learn and understand the difference between those two sounds. Okay. If you want to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. If you want to practice these sounds, I'm going to go ahead to the next slide in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's look at the next sound, which is the sound. Okay. Now, before we get into that, let me quickly actually share a video with you. First one. Okay, so I'm not going to play the whole video, just to get you all an idea about how the sound is produced and some words. So when she's saying those words, I want you to say it out loud. Sound out the words, okay?
Tend to do is they get influenced by the spelling and they try and pronounce the R. There is no problem whatsoever if you pronounce that R. And if you say earn or earn, it's absolutely fine. Doesn't matter. People will understand you. However, what people do have a problem with is the vowel. So a word like earn, a lot of students just take the vowel and they try and pronounce it something like earn or earn, which I've heard, and it's really quite difficult. So you're making more work for yourself. So be careful. So take the vowel and just stick a n at the end of it for this word. I'm not pronouncing the R. In British English, we don't pronounce the R. In American, they do. And in some other varieties of British English and other varieties of English as well, they do pronounce the R. However, what I'm showing you is RP, that stands for received pronunciation. It is the variety of English that you will see written in the dictionary. So that's the first one. Another one, early. Early. Again, I'm not pronouncing that R. I do hear students.
So there are two mistakes that she mentioned that she hears her students say. I think the mistake that we as Indians tend to do is that we don't say the vowel sound out long enough. We try to finish it quickly, early in the morning, early. Okay. So that's the mistake that's sort of like the pitfall that we need to be aware of.
Students saying early, that's fine, or early, that's fine-ish. Be careful with the vowel.
Forward it to where the words are. It's quite a long video. If you want, I can share the link with you and you can watch it at your own time.
Position. Go. Go. Now, this is a really common word, and I know many people get frustrated by that fact alone, actually, but it can be quite tricky. You've got that sound, and then you've got what's called a dark L. A dark L is not always present in other languages, but it does happen quite a lot in English. It is that L sound that happens after a vowel.
Dark L is not present in Indian languages. Okay, so I'm not doing consonants today, but that is something that we need to practice to be able to get it into our English language.
However, notice that I don't say girl. Okay, I don't release it like a light L, which you would find before a vowel in words like light, lucky. Okay, I release it, l. While a dark L, I don't. I hold it. Go. I don't release it. Girl. No. Go. I hold it. So you've got that vowel. Forget the R. Ga, go. Hold that la, that dark L. Go, go. Another one. Whoa.
Whoa.
Again, that dark L. Whoa. And then you need to.
Okay, so there are a lot of words over there that she goes through really slowly. So if you want, I'm gonna put that in the chat for you. Save it somewhere, watch it, practice along with that, along with the video. Okay, very important sound. If you think that you're somebody who knows that sound and you probably say it correctly, check again. Hi, Sushmita. Good to have you in the class, in the session. I'm used to saying class because.
Hi,
Okay.
Archana.
Hi, are you the same Sushmita? We worked years ago together.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, it's so good to have you.
And so nice to see you.
Likewise. Okay. All right. So that was a link for the sound. Like I said, we don't make the mistakes that the instructor over there was talking about. But the mistake we tend to make is we shorten the sound and we don't say world, we say world. You know, the where the tongue actually goes down a little bit and the quality of the sound becomes better when you focus on that sound. And trust me, initially when you try and practice this sound, it will sound odd and it will sound like it'll sound unnatural. But if you keep doing it, if you practice maybe 15 minutes in a day in the morning and you keep saying that sound over and over again, it'll become muscle memory for you and it will automatically start coming out in your words and you'll be pleasantly surprised with yourself. Okay, let's go on to the next sound. I've got some words over here for you. If you want to practice these words, you can take a screenshot of this. I'm sorry if you can hear the noise in the background. You'll have to excuse that. That's my baby throwing a tantrum. That's okay. Happens. It's life. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this. I've shared the link for this in the chat for you. The next sound we're going to look at is okay, sorry. Yeah, the O sound. This sound was never taught to us in school. I am 100% sure. Okay, unless you had a school where they really paid attention to pronunciation, this sound wouldn't have been taught. And I learned it when I was studying about pronunciation and about phonetic script. So I'm going to play another video for you where you get to understand this sound. It's by the same instructor, but a very good video. And because we've not been taught the sound, it is not there in your dictionary. It's not there in your head. That's why it's important to say it out loud. Okay. All right, so I'm going to play it. Of course, just like the previous one, I'm not going to play the whole video for you because that's going to take a lot of time. I'll share the link with you for your reference.
I sometimes nickname the sound the cute sound simply for that reason. The cute sound. Or let's have a look at some words. So first one we have is ought. What happens with a lot of students is they get influenced by the spelling and they say something like oat. So be careful because now you're saying another word. Oat, ought.
We do not make the O sound. What we do is, how do we say this word? Can someone say it out loud for me? Including me, even I did that till I didn't, learn about this sound. We say ought, right? Now listen to this one. Listen to how she says it.
Just one vowel sound. Or. Now you see, my mouth is not too rounded and it doesn't transition like that diphthong does. Oh. Now we're producing a diphthong. Different sound. Or, not ooh, or. Quite relaxed is this sound. So let's go back to our word. Ought. Ought.
Say it with
another one. Awning. Awning. A lot of students say this as awning, so be really careful. It means you're getting influenced by the spelling. Awning. The next one is court. Court. Again, a lot of students pronounce this as cout because they're getting influenced by the spelling once again. Court. It's just one vowel sound. Court. Another one that's very similar is thought. Again, people tend to make this into a diphthong because they're getting influenced by the spelling, and they say thought.
Okay, we don't make the thought mistake. We don't make a diphthong. Diphthong is when you have two vowel sounds coming together and you produce two sounds. That's not what we do. But what we tend to do is we call ALSO as also when it's also. Okay. And if you think that this is all very odd and maybe you're not too sure about what I'm saying, go on the dictionary, go to Cambridge.dictionary, the Cambridge Dictionary, which is available online. I highly, highly recommend you to use that. Listen to the sound. Listen to Faye D'Souza, listen to these, most of these NDTV news presenters, you will hear them say the word also. They will never say also, they will say also. And that's how I first heard it on that news channel. And then I looked up the word and that's when I came to know about this particular sound. So just saying this sound out loud, just practicing that is going to make a big difference in the way our English sounds, okay? Is anybody learning anything? Let me know, talk to me in the chat. I would love it. Oh, before I go on to the next slide, let me quickly share the link for this one with you. And you can watch the whole link and practice. Okay, so here are some words for you. You can practice saying these words, look at it in the dictionary, and it will help you a lot. Similarly, there is the oo sound, the long oo sound, okay? We're going to look at a couple of words for this one as well on a video, and then we will come back. All the videos will be over by then, okay? We will come back and discuss some specific words which tend to get mispronounced. Okay.
It is called the closed back rounded vowel. To make this sound, your tongue is high in the mouth and at the back. The lips are rounded, so they're like this, and not like this. Okay, it's ooh.
Ooh.
Remember that the two dots mean that it is a long sound. Say it after me. Ooh.
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 Here are some words with the sound. Goose.
Goose. Ooh.
Flew.
Flew.
Through.
Through.
Zoo.
Zoo.
June.
June.
And now a sentence.
Okay, I'm going to share the link for this as well. That's also quite a long video. Now, if you are honest with yourself, you'll know that we as Indians, including me, I have to, if I'm not mindful, I tend to go back to my incorrect pronunciation. It happens with me as well, but mindfulness helps us a lot. So this sound gets, Alexa, stop. This sound, as Indians, we tend to call it true, blue, zoo. And if you, do you hear the difference between the oo and the oo? It's not as deep, if you will, you know, ooh, ruby, ooh, ooh. What we as Indians tend to do is we don't spend as much time as we should to sound out certain vowel sounds. Okay, so here are some more words that I've shared the link with you, which I just played. I've shared the link of that with you. Listen to it and practice. Okay, some more words over here for you to practice at home. Take a screenshot of this if you will, if you want to. Okay. Okay. All right. Now I have two questions for you, and I want you to answer them on a link. This is question number 2, and this question number 1, and here is the second question. And I'll share the link for this in the chat box, and we'll okay, here it is. Quickly click on the link, answer those questions and come back, and I will display on the screen what your answers were. Okay, you just have to answer these 2 questions which are displayed on the screen. The same questions are there in the link that I just shared. Could you do that and give me a thumbs up once you are done? I'm going to go and check your answers. Okay, I've already got one response. Thank you, Miss Asha. Okay. Answer both the questions, please, everybody. Miss Asha, are you also a teacher at Vibgyor?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you teach?
I teach Hindi language.
You teach Hindi. Oh, excellent. I used to teach at Vibgyor too. I love teaching kids, so I used to teach Cambridge Primary. Yeah.
I didn't got opportunity to meet you.
Were we working at the same time? I don't know. When did you join?
I joined in 2013, but first I used to work with ICSC.
I see. That's how we never sort of bumped into each other. Yeah. I'm waiting for your response. Any more responses? Soleha, Steffi, Sneha, Pooja. Okay. Okay, since we have two responses, that's what I'm going to display. So as expected, and if I were to answer, my answer would be the same. Were you taught to read English using the phonetic script? No. How important do you think phonetic script is? Very, very important. And yet, do we know how to read it? Do we know what each of these symbols mean? Okay, now I'm going to show you some words on the screen. I want you to say it out loud with your microphone unmuted. That would be very, very helpful. Okay, I'm going to display one word at a time on the screen. Please don't be shy. I'm all alone here. Please be nice to me. Okay, generally when I take these sessions, I don't allow anybody to be on mute. Everybody has to speak, because how else will I know if there is an incorrect pronunciation? How else will I help you, right? Okay, the first word that I want you to say out loud is this. Can someone read this word for me? Don't be afraid of judgment. I'll say it incorrectly, this, that, and the other. Don't worry. I will make you feel comfortable. Don't you worry. If you make a mistake, I'm here to help you out, right? Okay. Ms. Asha, would you like to read this word for us? Steffi, would you like to read this word for us?
Scallop.
Scallop, okay.
Shallots.
Shallots. This one?
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, okay. Next one?
Asthma.
Okay, okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go on the dictionary I was talking about. We're going to go on that page and we will listen to these words, okay? The first word is, I'm going to play the British pronunciation only. This is Cambridge Dictionary, which is available online. Like I said, I highly recommend you to use this. Number one, because it has audio. So let's listen.
Scallop.
Scallop. Okay, how did you say it? I forgot how you said it. So the word is scallop. I think you said this right, Steph, didn't you? So scallop. Now, looking at the spelling, I don't know if it is scallop or scallop. Okay, it's very difficult for me to know what the spelling, what the pronunciation is. But over here, do you remember the inverted E symbol that we looked at on the vowel chart, the schwa, the only one which had a special name? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Look at it over here. It's right here in the phonetic script. Okay, so the phonetic script tells us scallop. Okay, and the phonetic script tells us that over here you will not call this, although you see a O over here, you will not say O. Okay, you'll not say O, you will say scallop. Now let's look at the next word. How did you pronounce that? SHALLOT? if I remember it correctly, I think you said, one second. Shallot, right?
Shallot. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's look at this one. Oops.
Shallot.
This is shallot. Shallot. And this time, do you spot the schwa? Do you see that? This phonetic script over here tells us that this is not a, this is a. Shallot. Shallot. And the stress, this, I'll do a whole session on stress someday. I'll tell you about it actually. It's very important for us to understand where the stress on a particular syllable is in a word, okay? It tells us the difference between shallot and shallot, okay? Now let's look at the next one. Spell that correctly? Yes, I did. Now, half of India mispronounces this word. Let's hear it.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. There is a diphthong, two vowel sounds that come together. A. You remember this a sound, fed, and the I sound, we did E and I. So there's a long E sound, which was I, the symbol I with two dots, and then there is a short I sound. This word is
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Now, what your brain did, Steffi, was a brilliant thing. Your brain tried to decode, looking at the spelling, you tried to decode the sound, okay? You looked at scallop, and then you apply the same, your brain apply the same rule for shallot, okay? But what we need to tell our brain now is that just because the spelling is the same, does not mean the pronunciation will be the same, okay? What we need to look at is the phonetic script, which tells us it's scallop and shallot, okay? So this is the new information that we need to start feeding into our brains so that it's available for us when we read saying out these words, mayonnaise, and we do not say mayonnaise, okay? Just because there is I over here. Do you understand? Does that make sense, guys? Let me know. What was the last one? Yes, this is another word that, because of the spelling actually, we're all speakers of English. We're not native speakers of the English language. So these rules have to be taught to us, okay? Yes, there is A, S, T, H, th sound, and then there is M, okay? But listen to it, how it's pronounced.
Asthma.
Asthma, asthma. Do you see the schwa over here? Asthma, okay? Everyone's with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, excellent. So this is why phonetic script is important. Now, what I'm doing with you here is actually a lot of content. It's a lot for you to take in, and I totally understand that. Okay, so stick with me, stay with me. We have like 5 more minutes. I don't know how I'm going to finish the rest of it. Okay, so at least now, do you think phonetics, understanding phonetic script is important? Have I made that change in your mind? Yes. Okay. So maybe you should consider spending time understanding phonetic script to understand pronunciation better. That's what my suggestion would be. Okay. Now I've got 4 categories. I want you to look at the words on the right and tell me where will you place each of these words. Typewriter. Give me your answer. Just unmute and answer.
Thing. It's a thing.
Person, place, animal, thing. Typewriter is a thing. Excellent. Next one, student. Person, place, animal, thing. Very easy. Student.
Person.
Person. Antelope.
Animal.
Animal. Cheetah.
Animal.
Elevator.
Thing.
Ukraine.
Place.
Carpenter.
Person.
Person. Excellent. So we have introduced these 4 categories to our brain already. We know person, place, animal, thing, and our brain brilliantly puts each of these words neatly into each category. Our brains are excellent. Now have a look at this. Why did I make you do that? When we look at the k sound, this is a phonetic symbol for the k sound represented by both C and K in the English language. We tend to put it in the k category, which is there in our native language, right? That lays the foundation for all our understanding of language, because that's the first language that we pick up. Okay, so k is a sound that you will hear in almost, I think, all the languages of the of our country. So our brain takes the sound and puts it in the k category. What is the other one? After k, you have k, right? Now, when you hear native speakers of the English language, do you hear them say k? Is it a k, or do you hear some k, cat, k, k? It's more towards the second, the k, k, g, g that we have. It more sounds towards the k sound, right?
Yes.
So we need to question ourselves. Should I actually put this k into the k category instead of keeping it in the k? Okay. The other one that tends to happen is the T sound. The T sound. We have two sounds in when I'm only going to refer to the Hindi language right now. So we have t, we have th. Okay. Now the English T is neither t, it's not today. That's what people make fun of, right? When it comes to Indians, because we take our understanding of our native language and try to translate it into our English language. Today. It's not even t, it's not today. It's t. It's between both of them, and it's very relaxed. Okay. Changing these two sounds is going to make a very big difference in the way that you speak the English language. Now, I want you to say ABC. Can someone say ABC for me? Say your ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How it was taught to us in school. Anybody? I'm going to do it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, L, M, N, O, P. Were you taught like this? L, M, N, O, P? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, now here's what I found out. In the English language, the neutral O sound is not there. It's just not there. And if you think I'm wrong, I'm going to show it to you on the dictionary. Dictionary. All right, here it is. Okay. Now, when we look at the word how are we taught to say this word? Boat. B-O-T, right? But look at how it's pronounced.
Boat.
Oh, boat, boat. Or if you look at the American pronunciation, how it is. Oh, oh. It's never O. It's not boat. It's not boat. Take your time to say all the sounds. You have B-O-T, boat, boat, boat. Similarly, for all the sounds where we say only O, that's actually our understanding from O, that O sound. We've actually taken that O sound from our Hindi or whatever Indian language it is that is there in our minds. The structure of it is which is already there in our minds. And we've compartmentalized this English sound into that. And it needs to be taken off. We need to tell our brain that you need to make another category called O, or O as in British, as in American English, whichever one that you want to choose, and put it in that category. Okay. So I've got some practice words for you. You can take a screenshot of that if you want to practice that by yourself. It's not go, it's go, O, or O, go, show, no. You have to close your mouth, sort of, not completely, partially, when you're saying that word. No, crow, crow. Okay. This takes practice. It will not come easily. It will not come automatically. Okay. It will if you practice. So that's my tip for you. Like I said, these may not look like words that have a lot of complicated spellings, but these are words which are mispronounced because we do not say boat, we say boat, which is incorrect. It's not coat, it's coat, coat, oat, low, phone. Where's my phone? Phone, phone. Okay. Some more commonly mispronounced words. I don't have time to go through this. You can take a screenshot of this quickly. Okay. And listen to it on the dictionary. Put these words in the dictionary, play it, and practice. Okay. After you practice, now we have run short of time. Listen to your own pronunciation and now check your awareness. Now that I know the sound of k, is it k or is it k? Will I say cat or will I say cat? Okay. Will I say toe or will I say toe? Oh, toe. Okay. So listen to this. It's very, very important for you to listen and understand if there is a difference in what I've learned and the way I've been saying these sounds. This was an activity for those of you who joined us a little late. This was an activity that we did at the beginning of the webinar. Okay. Now, this particular word, how did you pronounce this word, Steffi, in your audio?
Yes, I had recorded it.
Yeah. Can you just say how did you pronounce the last word?
So,
Very good. This is not Sioux, it is
So.
in British pronunciation, so or
So.
so. Oh, it's not so. It's not so, it's so. So even the word SO is so. Oh. So every time you say the letter O, don't say O, say O. O. Okay. All right. Let me see which is the. Okay, now, since you are here already like good children, I'm going to quickly share something with you, which you can maybe take a screenshot of how to plan. We're getting into the fluency part of it. Yes, we have run short of time, but I don't want to let you go before I give you some tips. So this is what I do. This is a chart that I make for myself every month at the beginning of every month. I make a chart of all the words and all the phrases, words and how they're actually used in phrases. And I make up my mind that these are the words I'm going to use this entire month. Okay, so these are what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 words. So for example, my first word is paradigm. Paradigm can be used as a paradigm shift, stands as a paradigm, new paradigm. Okay, not just the word and the meaning of the word paradigm, but how it is actually used. I keep these examples for myself. I go through these every single time that I'm free. I'm just, I don't know, taking care of my baby. I'll just go through these words and I try and use them. The more I read them, the more propensity I'll have to actually use them. Okay. Now, you can take a screenshot of this, not to copy these words, or you can do that, although I have no problem with that. But the idea is you should make your own list. If you do not make a list, you will have no fluency. You will have no words for your brain to, take information from. Like I said, if you feed your brain with good food, it will produce good results. Okay, does that make sense? I'm going to say that again. If you give all of this new information to your brain, it's going to yield, it's going to come, and your language is going to sound beautiful. And just randomly waiting for words to you'll someday hear a word and then write it down. No, be intentional about this. Make your table for a particular month and stick to it that you're going to use it. Now, I'm sure you'll ask the question, if you thought of the word paradigm, how do I know how these words are actually used in a phrase? I have a tool for you. This tool is called, please lead into this. It's going to be very, very helpful for you right now. This is called, where is it gone? Yeah, it's called youglish.com. Okay, youglish.com, if you can see it over here. Now, what this tool does is, I'll tell you why I highly recommend students to use this. So suppose I want to see how to use the word paradigm. I'll put that word over here in the search bar. I'll click which country I want the videos from. So I want how people speak this in the English art, in US English. Now, this tool has given me 7,298 examples of American English of the word paradigm. Did you hear me? Isn't that amazing? I'll show you how it works. So look at that.
A new paradigm of dominion where each of us lives in
a new paradigm of dominion. Okay, let's look at another example. You click on this button, you get another example.
In Gödel's paradigm, statements still are either true or false.
I don't know how to say this word. We'll go to the next one. Okay, I don't understand this. You can go to the next one. There are 7,000 of them, right?
Is that it's a paradigm that's trying to hold us back. And when we shine the
paradigm that's trying to hold a paradigm, that's the way British.
I believe it's time to reject that old paradigm.
Reject the old paradigm. Okay, so if I keep clicking, it'll keep throwing me examples, not just examples, not just audio. I actually have this transcript over here. Isn't that amazing?
I like to generalize the paradigm. I should
Generalize a paradigm. Now, if you want to understand the meaning of the word paradigm, go on the dictionary. How to use it, how to pronounce it, come to youglish.com. Isn't this an amazing tool, guys? Tell me something. Okay, I'm going to share this tool over here with you in the chat, the link to it, and you can use it. It's absolutely free, by the way. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. I'm going to share a link with you. Let me know what you think about it. I had a lot more content to share with you, but I couldn't. Definitely, I'll do it in the future if you like it. I have shared a link with you. If you could quickly go there and share your feedback, that would be great. Okay. Yeah. So quickly go there, get on there, share your feedback, and that would be really, really helpful for me. It will help me help you. Okay, I plan to do more of these in the future. So if you would like to join me, I would love to have you in my sessions. That's the link for you to share the feedback. Here, like I mentioned in the beginning of the session, for those of you who were here, I said there is a bonus. So you can take a screenshot of this as well. Scan this QR code, and there are some free, some paid, but a lot more free resources than paid resources, which I have created, especially for the students who are attending this webinar. Scan this, take it, and study by yourself. Study English. There are various topics, some vocabulary related PPTs, so you can actually go through them. Teach it to yourself and enjoy. Let me know what you think about it. Give me some rating, give me some feedback over there. I would love that. So take that with you, take a screenshot of this and go through that material on teacherspayteachers.com. That's that for you. And a special announcement. I've got another webinar coming up on the 25th of April, all about syllable and syllable stress. Very important when it comes to pronunciation. If you have no idea what this is, you must attend the session, okay? Also remember, when you're giving me your feedback, write down if you want me to say it at a, conduct these sessions at a pace which is a little slower, you can go ahead and write that. Okay, I would love that. Just tell me what you want. Do you want the content to be maybe lesser, more sort of digestible? Okay, let me know, and I will definitely try and incorporate your feedback in my next webinar. Okay, so that's that. I will see you for the next webinar. I would love to have you again. That's all that you have from my end. Please let me know your feedback. Do not forget that. I would love it. There are some questions specifically which I would like you to answer. Thank you so much, Ms. Asha. Thank you so much. Okay, let me know if you want me to stay on a particular slide. If you want to take any screenshots, you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we're good. You can actually have a great rest of the day for yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, if nobody has anything to say, I will end the meeting now, all right? Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
It's a nice session.
Thank you so much, Ms. Asha. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay,
really
bye-bye.
helpful.
Thank
Bye.
you so much, Steph. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, Upendra. Hi. Can you hear me, Upendra?
Oh, hello. Hi, this is Rashmi. I'm so sorry. I basically logged in from my husband's account.
Oh, I'm so
It is
sorry.
not. Yes, that's all right. Not an issue. But I really enjoyed the last bit, though I did join in late. One of my friends just posted the link on our WhatsApp chats, and while filling the form, I really appreciate if there's something which I would have known this beforehand. But nevertheless, whatever part that I, witnessed, it was really fun, and I wish I could get to know about such webinars, in future even more. But I think I'll be in connect with Miss Pooja now, since I know her very well. That
yes,
I'm
Pooja
sure.
still.
Yes. So sorry about the name, but yes, this was really very engaging. Though I'm a maths and teacher, but I love the language English, and I really picked up a few good things towards the end of the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your feedback. I would love to have you again for my webinars. I
Definitely.
intend to continue doing this. All right.
Sure. Thank you.
So
Thank you
stay
so
tuned for
much.
that. Thank you so much. All right. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.